And what
Live.
hours will be open?
Good morning and welcome to the Splash Live. Awful good to have you here, Dave Scott, in our Civic Center TV studio. What's going on with my mic cord? There we go. Got to get all that right. We got to look good on TV. Thank you very much for joining us today all across our great communities, West Bloomfield, Kego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, and this is the Splash Live, part of 90 Minutes Live local television. Kicks off every day at 9:30. Tyler is in here at 10 o'clock with the megacast. He covers West Bloomfield, our other communities, and the county. I'm in here at 9:30. Very West Bloomfield focused to kick the show off, and we thank you for joining us. Easy to watch all of our programming, not only the Splash and the megacast, but all of our shows across all of our outlets, and that includes Comcast Cable Channel 15. If you are a Comcast subscriber, if you're an AT&T subscriber, you'll find us over on AT&T Channel 99. We invite you to watch all of our programming and all of our archives and a lot of other additional information at civiccentertv.com. Over 50,000 unique visitors every year. Thank you, West Bloomfield, for tuning in. We're on social media this morning. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. Just search for Civic Center TV. And hey, we have our own radio station. How about that? 89.3 Lakes FM, 89.3 in your FM dial. And if you've missed parts of the show or you thought it was so good you want to watch it again, and that'll be the case today, then just tune in. We run the show frequently throughout the day, and an archive you'll find on civiccentertv.com. So what about this wacky weather? It's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. Today, it's a little cold. You might have woken up if your car was outside last night with a little bit of snow on your car. Weather-wise, around the area today, we're off to a 35-degree start, getting up to 45 degrees today, 55 tomorrow. Are you kidding? It's going to be 80 on Wednesday. This is the wackiest weather I can remember in springtime here in West Bloomfield. Great pictures later on in the show from the West Bloomfield Police Department about how they're responding to the changing weather. So whoever said nothing important ever happens at the West Bloomfield Township board meetings was totally wrong. We had a national television star on and a huge announcement last night about a business, another great business coming to West Bloomfield. Let's get all the details. Joining us now from the West Bloomfield Township Hall is our Township Supervisor, Steve Kapland. Steve, good morning. Welcome to the Splash Live.
Hi, Dave. Nice to see you. I see Suzanne Levine. She should precede me.
Oh,
because not only is she eloquent.
You're ruining my big tease, the big announcement that Suzanne Levine was going to bring the show in a minute.
Well, if she is on the show, she's spectacular. I wish we could clone Suzanne Levine.
All right, well, let's bring Suzanne in now, Jared, a little bit earlier than we planned. That's just fine. Of course, Suzanne Levine from the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, Steve Kapland, our Township Supervisor, and why not have both of these people? We have huge news. Last night, Steve, you cleared the way for Tesla to open up a beautiful new facility in West Bloomfield. Tell us all about it. I think we've lost Steve.
8 days ago.
Steve, can you start one more time because we lost your audio for just a moment.
Oh, David, the West Bloomfield Planning Commission, I think unanimously approved the Tesla dealership. The issue did not reach the township board, but I'm sure there would have been full support at the township board. This will be one of 3 Tesla dealerships in Michigan. The other 2 are in Clarkston and Ann Arbor. Dave, the hours of operation are 8 in the morning till 7 at night, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday might be 8 until noon.
Well, it's really exciting. You know, Tesla's got a very unique brand, very high-end, exciting. They've been an innovator in electronic automotive technology, and so exciting. And the locations that they pick are always premium locations. I mean, where else but, would Tesla be but in the Somerset Mall? And now, as we take a look at this beautiful picture, Tesla is going to be coming to one of our great locations right at Maple and Orchard Lake, the former location of the Barnes & Noble location, right in the heart of our community. Couldn't be better news, Steve.
Right, Dave. We are bittersweet over it. We welcome Tesla. We think it'll be a fine addition to West Bloomfield. It is a unique business. But I know Suzanne and I had many conversations before Tesla decided to purchase the Barnes & Noble property. It appeared that a developer was building a restaurant, a bakery, and a market. And we need that in that area. I don't know if Suzanne agrees.
Absolutely.
Well, Suzanne, good morning. Welcome to all of this. Let's get the perspective from the chamber. We could take a win, and yeah, there's some other things, but to Steve's point, talk a little bit about this property coming to West Bloomfield and the impact that it's going to have on our economic development in our Greater West Bloomfield area.
Absolutely. I think it's going to put West Bloomfield on the map. And yes, to Steve's point, it would have been fabulous to have kind of like a Zerbos or a Contoro Market concept in West Bloomfield, and maybe we still can, have that at some point. There is some property still available, but I'm really excited because I'm sure Elon is watching this right now. So I'm going to extend an invitation to him to please be one of our leadership breakfast, lunch, dinners, Moonlight Madness speakers. And, perhaps we can get one of our own West Bloomfield officials to go on the next moon trip. That he's sending off.
Well, I'm sure he'll be booking a flight to West Bloomfield for the opening. Hey, that's a good thing, though. Let's try and get him here. Why not? That would be huge,
hey, you
right?
know what? I'm never afraid to extend an invitation. You would not believe some of the people I've asked, not that they've ever responded, but the worst that happens is no. And how amazing would that be if by some, quirk of science, life, or whatever, I, put this plea out to him, and he actually did show up. So
now, Suzanne, you might not know this, but last night the Township Board designated you as the first passenger from West Bloomfield.
yes, I'm going to establish a Chamber of Commerce on the moon. So.
Well, and Steve, I couldn't be more excited about this because the Barnes & Noble location, great location, right in the heart of our business district on Orchard Lake Road near Maple, and it's been sitting vacant for a little while. So it is great to get somebody on that, and I know you've been working on some other deals, but it is great to get somebody in that facility and somebody high profile like Tesla.
Sure, Dave, not to provide too much minutia, the design of this facility will be such that vehicles will not be noticed or observed from Orchard Lake Road or Maple Road or anywhere else. It's a self-contained building. Vehicles are not allowed to be parked outside. Therefore, it won't look as though it's a used car lot or a new dealership.
Well, and that's kind of consistent with what Tesla does. They market their automobiles in a very different way. Like I said, they've got a retail location in Somerset Mall. That is very unconventional, and I think what you're talking about is, makes it kind of a double win, consistent with what they're doing, and certainly you don't want to change the nature. You look at some of the locations and the zoning, Steve, that's been set up for auto dealers. Like you look in Troy, they've got all those auto dealers condensed in one area for a reason. They have that density there, and you certainly probably don't want to have in your community breaking up that retail and not residential, but that retail and restaurant area with a car dealership. I get it.
That's a good analysis. And although there'll be a repair center on the premises, there won't be a bum shop or any painting or combustible efforts.
Suzanne, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Dealership. Like the Ferrari dealership, this is high end. We're not talking about, just any kind of dealership. So I think this is a good thing, and we're excited to do their ribbon cutting. That's why another appeal is going to go out to, if I may be so bold to call him Elon, my good buddy Elon. So we're really excited from that perspective, because anything that's going to bring people to our community to shop, to dine, this is a great opportunity for us to really show all the great things that West Bloomfield has to offer.
Well, Suzanne, I got a little thing in my ear, and Jared was just telling me that they are already building the social media post with a special focus to Elon, and he's big in social media. So we're going to take all the things that you've said here on the show, get it posted on social as soon as we can after, and maybe he'll see it and he'll tweet back back to us or something. Who knows? Sorry, Steve. Go ahead. Your thoughts?
Dave, I wanted to mention, and I don't mean to embarrass Suzanne, but she really is one of the unsung leaders, community leaders in West Bloomfield. What she has done with the local chamber and helping our businesses, it's priceless.
Well, Suzanne does a great job. And that's because she's got broadcasting in her history. I mean, it just comes natural. You know, you get a broadcaster doing something, they're going to do a great job. But Suzanne, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay. This is very much a collaborative effort. I mean, Civic Center TV, all of your staff, Dave, you do a great job of, helping highlight our great community. And Steve Kapland, the township. And I'm always amazed that Steve actually answers his phone. And is very accessible. So this is definitely a collaborative effort, because anything that we can do to help our community, thrive, it's really an amazing thing. I wish there are things that I could solve worldwide or even local, but if I can keep businesses, alive for another day, week, month, years, then I've done a great job.
Well, I think if you take a look at the nature of our community, and we certainly, West Bloomfield is certainly a bedroom community, but we do have this very important and increasingly vital business district along Orchard Lake Road from Northwestern Highway to Maple Road. And Steve, you and the township and the planners have done a good job making that happen. And you think just beyond there to the very southern border of our township, we're going to be adding one of the state's best bookstores in Schuler Books. Now we've got Tesla coming right in there along that strip. To me, that says that these amazing businesses are desirous of being near the people that live here and in our community. And that just speaks to the hard work that everyone is doing here and the vitality of West Bloomfield. It's great news.
And Dave, you had interviewed the co-owner of Schuler Bookstore, and it's available obviously on your archives, but she said that she had been looking for a fourth location other than Grand Rapids, East Lansing, and Okemos. And she said West Bloomfield was the ideal demographic setting for a bookstore.
Yeah, when you figure they're in Grand Rapids, they're in East Lansing, they're in Ann Arbor, and they're in West Bloomfield. Pretty impressive that they've made that investment. Now Tesla's making this investment, and I can't wait to come to the next planning and township board meeting to find out what you guys are up to next. Let's take another look at that picture before you say so long. Look at that beautiful Tesla dealership that is going to open up in West Bloomfield. I couldn't be more thrilled. Congratulations to everybody involved. Steve, you have any final comments this morning?
No, Dave, we appreciated West Bloomfield Township Hall, what you and your colleagues do. I mean, we have the best cable station or cable network here in the state.
Thank you. Suzanne?
Yes, I just think that anything that we can do to draw attention to how vibrant and fabulous our community is, our library, our parks and rec, our school system. I mean, really, we have an incredible community, and it's time that nationally it is recognized. So thank you to you and to Steve and to everyone that helps contribute to, what a great community we have.
All right. Good job, you guys. Thank you for joining me on short notice. Great news this morning. Tesla coming to Orchard Lake Road right here in West Bloomfield. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. I've got so much more going on here this morning. Don't go away. Even more and bigger news coming up in 30 seconds right here on The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on The MegaCast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch The MegaCast weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV, 89.3 Lakes FM, and streaming on mymytv.com. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Splash Live. Dave Scott here joining you this morning in West Bloomfield. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we've got a story and video of a major television star in West Bloomfield, someone who lives here actually, and making big news with the West Bloomfield Township Board yesterday. First of all, not all the news is... Well, so this just comes from the news page, and let me just share this with you. West Bloomfield doctor on Monday pleaded guilty to illegally distributing prescription drugs to patients without a proper examination. This from WDIV this morning. According to a news release from the United States Department of Justice, 61-year-old Scott Henry Cooper pleaded guilty yesterday before the United States District Judge Denise Page Hood. Cooper admitted to illegally distributing more than 7,000 OxyContin pills while serving as a physician here in West Bloomfield. Federal government steps in, does what they need to do. On a more local law enforcement perspective, our West Bloomfield Police Department working very hard recruiting new police officers. They certainly need them. West Bloomfield Police and Wayne State University yesterday in the Student Center until about 2 o'clock discussing opportunities available at the West Bloomfield Police Department. Our first responders are recruiting. If you know somebody that would be a great candidate in our police department and fire, really anywhere in the township, get a hold of them and have them call West Bloomfield, because if you're excited about being a police officer or in any of our first responder capabilities, this is a great place to be. West Bloomfield Police also posted on Facebook yesterday this picture. How quickly the weather changes, and I can't tell, it's a little blurry. I think that's Kurt Lawson, but I'm not sure. You can see the top picture. You can't see there you go, thank you. It was from Sunday. And then if we can scroll down a little bit, Jared, you can see the bottom picture was from yesterday. We go from rain to snow very, very quickly. Sure, put that picture up. You can leave that there. Michigan Week is right around the corner, and we are inviting you to come together for a special occasion as we honor and celebrate the unsung heroes of our local community at the 51st Annual Michigan Week Community Awards Breakfast. This year at Temple Israel, bigger, better, more space, May 12th, 7 a.m. Mark it on your calendar, and of course we'll have it live for you on all of our outlets. We hope you tune in. So, big night last night, West Bloomfield Township Board. You may not know this guy, but he is recognized nationwide for what he does on the Discovery Channel. His name is Mike McKinstry, but he is better known as the Bassquatch Hunter. He does the Bassquatch Hunter fishing show on the Discovery Channel, and he lives right here in West Bloomfield, and he was recognized yesterday by the West Bloomfield Township Board. I've not seen this clip. This is from last night's meeting. Let's roll this. Hopefully we have time to show the whole thing. This is a Township Board recognizing the Bassquatch Hunter. Let's watch.
We have a lot of amazing residents. We really do. It's a great community with a lot of committed people. And once in a while, someone comes your way that really stands out with their willingness to get involved and came, we met him through an election process, and he came to us just enthusiastic. What can I do? How can I get involved? I want to make a difference here, whatever I need to do. And he has started with he was a big fisherman, and he took that passion of fishing toward having a show called the Bassquatch Hunter, and that has become a very successful show on Discovery. And then he wanted to get involved. I said, well, let me connect you with Kelly Heyer, because I'm sure she'll have a good place to mix the fishing with township and giving back. And he has done a lot of teaching of our kids and bringing them out to teach them the art of fishing. And I notice also, because I follow his social media, which he's very prolific, but there's always something he's doing that's giving back to the community and especially to kids. Every day he has a new kid out there teaching them to fish, and you can see the pride in his face, and you can see the pride in the kids' face as they walk away with this fish that they have caught. So I just think for somebody to come forward and be so enthusiastic and give so much back to the community deserves recognition. So we did a proclamation honoring West Bloomfield resident Mike McKinstry and the Bassquatch Hunter. So if we may read it, Steve, I would be very happy.
Sure. Why don't we begin, if you don't mind, I'll read number one. Whereas Mike McKinstry McKinstry is a West Bloomfield resident seeking to give back to his community.
Whereas National Volunteer Week started in 19...
No, wrong resolution.
Then I don't have...
Okay, hold on.
Whereas Mike McKinstry embodies the spirit of reaching for the stars and the heart of service for others. Why don't I have that?
Whereas Mike McKinstry has a love of sports with a special affinity toward fishing.
Whereas Mike McKinstry has donated his time and energy to sharing his passion for fishing with many individuals, introducing them to the activity and providing meaningful experiences. He also participates in many community events.
Whereas Mike McKinstry directed his enthusiasm into the development of a TV show called The Bassquatch Hunter, which has been highly successful and currently appears on Discovery.
Whereas Mike McKinstry recently authored a children's book, The Adventures of Seth Squatch, to further inspire kids to pursue fishing, in addition to the fishing program he conducts through West Bloomfield parks.
Whereas Mike McKinstry inspires many individuals to get out and find their adventure and not to be afraid to take risk.
Whereas Mike promotes the natural resources contained within West Bloomfield Township and works hard to create a message of sustainability, sportsmanship, as well as an appreciation and enjoyment of the resources.
Okay. So, now therefore be it resolved that the West Bloomfield Township Board of Trustees commends you, Mike, and thanks you from the bottom of our hearts for your efforts and endless time you give to make a difference in our great community of West Bloomfield. And I would also like to read our quote, because we looked through a lot of fishing quotes to find just the perfect one. And it is, for any fisherman, there's always a new place, always a new horizon. And it's Jack Nicklaus. But I think it embodies everything you do in terms of setting goals and moving on to the next step. And again, always finding a way to give back. So I consider myself very proud to have you a member of the community. And I think the board really recognizes all you do to contribute.
Mike, would you approach the podium, the bench here, so we can congratulate you? Thank you,
If you
Mike.
want, you'd like to speak too.
Oh, thank you. It's my favorite sport.
Thank you.
Mike, say a few words from the podium. Thank you.
And Mike has
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll bring it to you.
You're good.
Sorry, that was emotional to hear all those things. I can't thank you guys all enough, too. The Township of West Bloomfield has been absolutely amazing and welcoming. And, I quit my job in 2016, which is one of the scariest things anyone could do. But I wanted to follow my passion and follow my, where my happiness was. And it wasn't necessarily just in fishing. It was just in finding adventures and, trying to inspire other people to do the same thing. And then very quickly I realized that the best part about what I did was to encourage others to follow those footsteps and also take risks and new things and try to find happiness in what they do every day. And that was the most beneficial thing I could have ever found, because then it led me to meeting Debbie and other people in the township. And being able to work with the Parks Department has been life-changing. I look forward to it every year. It's probably my favorite time of the year. We get to work with over 600 kids a summer and teach them how to fish. And most of the times it's their first time catching a fish, and the reactions are always incredible. And it's never about the catch. And I know it sounds cheesy, but it's not about the catch. It's about the memory that they get, that they leave behind. We release the fish, but we keep everything that we learn from it. So seeing these kids light up and learning that they can do anything and try anything and maybe carry that on to something else in their life has been amazing. So thank you guys all at the township for everything you do. And, I continue to keep on growing with this and do more stuff. And the book series has done the same thing, and, inspiring kids to just take adventures and take risks and try new things. So thank you guys very much.
Mike, we need you to stay in the community, otherwise we'll flounder.
I like the fish pun.
Yeah, we don't want to lose our soul there.
No, stop, please.
Hey,
Stop.
for the hell of it.
What we're going to do, Mike.
We're giving him a haddock.
What a way to end with Steve Kapland's puns. But Mike McKinstry, the Bassquatch Hunter, nationally known for his amazing show on the Discovery Channel, but like Pastor Jack Freed, who we just lost, cares about our community, looks for a way to get involved and makes a difference. Duly recognized last night by the West Bloomfield Township Board. We wanted to play the whole thing for you. Great guy. I've not met him. Look forward to doing so. Not surprised to hear he's involved with the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Department. And again, just another it's such a great morning on the show. These big announcements and more reasons why we really have a very special community here. And, we could do a whole program on Civic Center TV about the amazing people that live in our community and the impact, not only the impact that they have on our community, but the impact that they have on our region, on our state, and globally. And Mike is another one. Mike, congratulations. Well deserved. Moving on, West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation, talking about the environment. They are getting ready here in West Bloomfield to celebrate Earth Day, and that's going to be happening, of course, Thursday, April 20th. They've got a program that's going on from 4 until 6 o'clock, and you can register and be a part of their very special Earth Day celebration. A whole lot more information is available. You can call. The telephone number over at Parks and Rec is 248-451-1900. Small on the screen, but 248-451-1900. You can also, anytime you want to find out anything from West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation, go to the WB Parks website. You'll find that on the web. Very easy to Google that. And that is just one of a bazillion, and I mean a bazillion programs that they have going on at Parks and Rec for every occasion. And really, their calendar starts to get very full as the weather starts to improve, and our parks and our trails and our environment becomes a little bit more attractive to those of us that enjoy the warmer time of year here in West Bloomfield. Kudos again to the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society, another organization in our community always working on great things for our community. And they invite you to join them for light refreshments from 1 to 4 o'clock on April 23rd. That's right around the corner, to celebrate the completion of our 4 communities exhibit and the official opening of the Francis Gadd Gallery. The 4 community exhibit features, of course, our 4 communities: Keego Harbor, the city of Sylvan Lake, the city of Orchard Lake Village, and West Bloomfield Township. So mark your calendar, the 23rd of April, to get over to the Orchard Lake Museum, and of course the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society, inviting you to be a big part of what they are doing. If you are looking for a way to engage in our community and become active in an organization, get over to the Historical Society. They'll put you to work, and there's an awful lot of great things to enjoy there as well. So great day in West Bloomfield. Be a little nicer when the temperatures warm up, but an awful good day for us with these huge announcements. Tesla coming to Orchard Lake Road with a beautiful new facility, and that approved the preliminary approval from the West Bloomfield Planning Commission earlier, and then just everything else going on. Famous people, local people, people that aren't so famous, all making a difference in our community. It's an honor and a privilege to have grown up here and to be reporting on these activities each and every day. That's it for the Splash Live. You have a fantastic day. We will see you bright and early tomorrow morning, 9:30. Tyler Keefe standing by for the MegaCast. Don't go away. Thanks.